Hi friends, Kelly here. Welcome back to my channel. I am taking another break from Gratitude Documented and I have a project I want to work on. So here's what I'm doing today. I'm doing a skinny ephemera journal thing. So I was watching some YouTube last night, late into the evening, and I came across Eva from Bohemian Crafting, I think it is. Doesn't matter. Link below. Had never watched any of her videos, and I can't even remember why I came across her. Oh, because I want to start on my folio project, and I was doing a little research to try to get a few ideas of how I want to do that. But I got sidetracked. So here's what I'm doing instead. I am going to get to that folio, though. Trust me. I wanted to show you guys my process of kind of how this project is working out and where the inspiration is coming, the note-taking, all of those pieces, because I hope it's helpful for you guys to kind of develop your own style of how you kind of conceptualize a project and work through it. I'm basically just doing a project that's already out there. Eva did it, and then Margaret did it, and I'd forgotten about that. So when I was watching Eva's video, I thought, wait, I've seen this before. And then I went back and watched Margaret's video. So this is my version. So here's what happened. Last night I started watching Eva's video, and she was just tearing up newspaper to make and kind of collaging to start her pages. And so that's what I did. So let me show you what I have. I have some of my vintage 1940 ladies' home journal. I took out a few pieces, and I've already kind of started this process. So I'm grabbing stuff off the side of my desk here. I have already made some pockets. So I have these are not quite 6 by 6, but they're supposed to be. And I started making these and I thought, you know what? I think I should share this process. So I paused myself. I'd made 2 big sheets, which I'm going to do with you guys. And I paused that. And also I had to go to bed. It was like 11:30. And I sat down this morning and watched Margaret's video. And then started writing some notes. So here's my process. And often this is actually my process. I start a project, then I stop and think, okay, I need to think through this before I can continue on. But sometimes I just start with the notes. So here's my note-taking process. For me, I always just grab a piece of white copy paper, fold it in half. I don't know why I do it that way. I've been doing that for years. It's just how my brain operates. Nice little half sheet, but then I have room for more notes, okay? So what I'm doing, I'm calling it a skinny ephemera journal. And here are my ideas. I'm going to be creating pockets. So I'm going to be doing 3, this will all make sense. And you've probably actually seen the final product. So this should really make sense to you. Doesn't really make sense to me yet, but I'm going to get there. It's going to have 3 rows in a cover. So this is open. Imagine this is the cover open. There's going to be 3 rows, signatures kind of these little pockets. Man, I am having a hard time breathing. Okay, so 3 rows of pockets, and each little pocket, let me grab one. These are not constructed yet. We'll have something slipped in. I don't know what that is yet, but I have some thoughts. Okay, and it'll have a little cover, so it'll be a nice skinny little journal. It'll actually be like, imagine a sheet of paper this big. It's be kind of like that. Okay. What's going to go in it? Well, for me, I feel like I need a theme or a purpose. Not always. I have plenty of projects that have no theme or purpose. I just make to make. But for this, I was thinking, okay, well, what could I put into this little journal? And immediately, because we're getting to Christmas, it's Thanksgiving for us here in a few days in the States. But we are coming across our, threshold of into crazy Christmas season. So I was thinking, well, you have these pockets, you could do something with Advent. You could do something like the 12 days of Christmas. You could make it into a scripture writing journal. You could just put fun journal prompts in there. You could make it into a challenge folder. So those themes and purposes are going to make more sense when I start building it, and I can talk through a little bit more about what I mean by some of those. Then I went on to just kind of create an idea of, if you have this little journal, and let's say you did choose to do like a journal prompt or a challenge folder or scripture writing, could you then do less pockets and then a skinny notebook, a skinny journal? The pockets could then hold the prompts or ephemera that you would then use on those journal pages. So you kind of have this whole little journal ready to go. Okay, so that was kind of my thought with when I was going with scripture writing, journal prompting, challenge folder, Advent, all of these things. Or you don't have to do the journal, you just have pockets and you put ephemera or cute things in it, or you make happy mail. I immediately thought of my niece again and building her a little folio for ephemera and sending it off to her, which I might do. I don't know. My daughter could use it to hold stickers. Maybe she makes one that's her style and she does stickers. I don't know. Okay, so there's our theme and purpose. Here's my idea of an ephemera plus journal. Like I said, the 3x3 pockets. So I would put, not 8, I would put 6. That didn't work out. I would do 6 pockets, not 8. And then maybe one of these, because these are going to get bound in with embroidery floss into the spine, but maybe one is elastic so you could take that journal in and out. So then again, I'm kind of working through my thought process here. I have, kind of what it looks like closed, kind of what it looks like open. This is to remind myself of how I'm going to bind it. This will make more sense when I do the project. I wrote down just a few supplies I'm going to need, and then kind of how I'm going to score the cover so that I could take this and set it into a notebook or something and come back to this project. So I'll talk through this again when we get to the end. Hopefully I remember to do that. Just to kind of show, yep, this is how this process worked. I hope this is super helpful. I hope this makes sense. Okay, so let me set this aside and pull out the project part. Actually, before I do that, because I love to just throw in something random, I'm going to do my haul video. I had been talking recently about how I made an order on Joann Fabrics and it came in like 6 packages. I still haven't bothered to check to see if I was charged multiple times for shipping. I should do that. Hey, edit Kelly, could you go and do that right now? Actually, that would be really cool and helpful. Okay, let me grab all my fun new goodies and maybe I'll even use a little today. I don't know. Let me pull that up. Okay, so here are all the goodies I recently purchased, and I had to keep them in a box because they just kind of kept showing up in packages. So I honestly barely remember what is in here. So let me start pulling it out and seeing what I have. So I just talked about this. This is another one of the Tim Holtz Stampers Anonymous combo packs. I don't know, stamp and stencil pack. So I did use this, so I've already played with it. The only thing I did open was this, but let's take a look at what it is. Boy, I really struggled to get that one out. Okay, so it is this stamp set, which I don't know what this is from. It could be a combo, but it's got this. It's kind of grungy and just kind of faded out. So this will be really fun to play with. This is just the alphabet or some of it and some really pretty parts. And then, if I can get it to work, some more splattering. And then this, I don't know what this is, kind of a crackly look. I don't know what it is. But pick that up. I think I got it for like $11. I didn't pay full price for any of these items. I'm almost certain of that. That's why I made the order. Took advantage of some early Black Friday sales, which, why are we doing Black Friday sales in the beginning of November? I don't understand it. And yes, I feel like I did order this in the beginning of November because it took forever to get here. Okay, next I have this ephemera pack. It's snippets, so it's just all those little labels. I really enjoy using these in that snippets pack that I bought, so I thought I would just pick up the labels. Red, there's red and black and blue. And I'm thinking the red ones will definitely come in handy for Christmas. I got myself one of these craft picks. I don't really know if I need it, but I bought it because it was cheap. And let's see, this is film strip ribbon, which, oh, there's like a sample on the top. Oh, it's like a acetate. Huh. Again, I've never seen this before, but it was really inexpensive, so I thought that would be good. I think that might be really fun in my crime-themed folio. Whoop. This is the linen tape that I was going to use, this ledger-looking one, for Gratitude Documented. I'm glad I didn't bother waiting for that. But this is really cute. This might come in handy for this little ephemera folder thing I'm making. And let's see. Oh, I was so excited. I got some 49 in Market. This is Vintage Artistry Essentials Square Stitched Frames. So I don't know what I'll use these for, but I picked those up. Mini pins. So it looks like there's 3 colors. Does it say what is going on here? Nope, that's okay. Some hardware. Here is, what is this? Another 49 in Market art options. Elena by Katie. I don't know how to pronounce that. KDP. So this is, I really couldn't see it very well on the website, so I just kind of went in blindly. I was like, well, I think I'll like the colors. Now that I have it, I definitely am not going to be using a hanger for anything and these elastic bits, but the stamps are cute. A little bit, I don't know about those. I have a hard time using like things like this metal thing, these buttons, because they're not real and I don't know how to incorporate those. But I think there's going to be plenty of things in here I can incorporate and use. And again, it was on sale. So I don't know, maybe foundry wax on that metal thing. Maybe. Hopefully I remember that. Okay, what's next? Another 49 in Market. So this is Holiday Wishes postage stamp. So I actually want to open this up. Ugh, I'm so bad at getting those open. Oh, so it's like washi postage stamps. Oh, so cool. Super cute. Look at the little deer and the flower truck. Okay, I love it. So yeah, I thought, well, I think what I thought is maybe this went with this. I didn't really pay attention. But that does make me think the green and these colors will work for Christmas. So I could end up pulling some of this out for my Christmas kit. Oh, there's another metal bit thing too. Oh, another one. Okay, well, we'll see what happens there. But these little postage stamps will be good for Christmas. So I got those. Very cute. Yeah, very cute. All right, some final things here are some Tim Holtz things. I'm going to set all this back in this bin here. Okay, pocket cards. I have no idea what these are. I'm very confused. Are they cards that are pockets or cards you put in pockets? Where's the scissors? I'm sure I could have just looked it up and found it. I know Tim Holtz does like his little videos where he shows off ideology when it's released, so I'm sure I could have gone back and found this. I just decided not to worry about it. Okay, so they must just be cards. Yeah, but they're really pretty. And they are, what are they from? Are they, well, I guess they're not really, doesn't really say. I thought maybe they were like field notes or something, but they must coordinate well with field notes. Must come out at the same time because everything has birds and nests and trees and flowers. Ooh, I am gonna love playing with those. Okay, yes, I'm glad I bought them. They're very cute. So those will be fun to play with. Probably not this project. And then I got myself some backdrops. Finally, I got volume 1 and volume 3. I don't know about volume 2. I don't know why I didn't order volume 2. But I have these two, which I'm really excited about. And I think I even bought the Christmas one, which I will talk about when I'm ready to start Christmas. But yeah, these will be fun to play with. So that's my haul that I've been waiting for forever. And I'm probably not going to use any of these items for a while. So, but I've got them. Okay, on to this project. So here's what I am going to be doing with you guys. I already have some pockets pre-made here. I'm going to show you how I got to this. So I'm going to do kind of a little bit of collaging with this vintage magazine. I have to think about the cover, which I'm going to have to decide at some point. So I grabbed out a few. I think I have an idea of which route I'm going with this, but not fully. I'm really thinking that this vintage magazine advertisement vibe is going to help me narrow it down, but I don't really know. So I grabbed this because I just like the black and white, and then the back is this really pretty pink ledger. So I pulled this page out. This page I've had forever, and the colors are a little bit more grungy to me, but there's some advertisement stuff going on in here. And then I don't love this though. I really don't love this, but that's okay because one of these sides is going to be seen and one is not. So that's not a big deal, which is also, if I back up to this one, the same deal with this. Well, actually, I gotta think about that because I'm gonna cover the outside and the inside. Oh, I have an idea. Okay, so and look at, I got this for 50 cents, and actually it was even cheaper. Except for, why put the sticker there? Why not here, anywhere else but here, or even the corner? Ugh, frustrating, but I mean, it was cheap. So, and then I pulled these two pieces out just because, again, had them forever. And I just thought, well, these are a little bit more neutral. They're very pretty colors and it could work with the direction I go. So there's that one. And then what is this? Something, oh, it must be magazine bits. And then this one, same thing. It's kind of more, I don't know. It's neutral-ish, but colorful, if that makes sense. But the back is really, really pretty. I really like this. So, but maybe a little more modern than I'd like to go with this. Although that does kind of work. That's really pretty. Depends on what this is going to be, the purpose of this. Okay, so that's what I've grabbed with some scrapbook papers. You could use any background paper you want. You could use book pages. You could make a collage. I might actually end up pulling a little bit more of this out and covering the inside and then doing the outside in either, I'm really thinking these two are not going to make the cut. They're very pretty, but now that my brain's going, this could be interesting, but this could be really pretty. I really think I like this, and then I could put a little decoration on it. Keep it simple. Which the decorating of the pockets will probably dictate that. I also grabbed out a few things that can be used for the cover. So I need it to be a little thicker. It's going to get covered with something, but I still need it to be a little thicker. So I grabbed a piece of craft paper. This is a little thinner than I would like. But then I also grabbed this. This is like thicker, kind of chipboard almost. This is the backing that comes with the Canon photo mat paper I always buy. So I have quite a few of these. And I'm about to get more because I just ordered, I think, 3 or 4 packs of the Canon photo mat paper, which I think is linked in the description in one of my favorites. And on Amazon right now, it's like $5.99 for a pack. So that's a good deal. So I saw that because I have a subscription to it. I get it every month. And there was an email saying it's coming. And then I saw the price and I went, well, guess what? More is coming because that's a really good price. Okay, so those are some of my papers. And then the other supplies, let me get these out of the way. I'm going to use a punch to notch the little pockets. So I've got my 1-inch punch ready to go. I also grabbed out some labels and stickers because I'm going to do some stamping. So these have just been in my office supply stuff for a long time. So these are round stickers. These are these bigger labels for like shipping, and then these are more of like address labels. I have a ton of these. I also keep scraps whenever I print and cut on full sheet paper, so I have some of those. So if I wanted to do any like long strips or punch anything out, I have a little bit of that to work with. So that's the majority. Then, remember this bin that I was digging in the other day? I decided maybe I should go back to this and use some of this to decorate the pockets. So I already did actually just go through and kind of introduce these items into my life. And I looked through these two kits. I decided not to do that. I'm going to save those for another day. I also have some of these. These are things that I've just cut with paper punches. I did a little paper punching one day. I have those. I have this little thing. And then I have this Bow Bunny stuff. I don't know what this is. This is just paper and cards. Not going to use that. And then I have a sticker book, Garden Party. That could be pretty. I'm not going to use these. These are puffy stickers, and these are... How did I even get these? I think these were sent to me by a friend who lives in New Zealand. I think it was. Dearly D. I'm one of her Patreons, and I won a... Oh, yes. I should show that when I do my Christmas stuff. She sent me a junk journal. I think it's called a junk journal when it's made like that. But anyway, it's gorgeous. She made a journal. She does this really awesome 12 Days of Craftmas on her Patreon site, and my name was drawn, and she sent me a package, and I'm pretty sure she sent me these in that package. I know I took photos, but I'll have to show that journal sometime. It's so cool. Okay, anyway, this is going to be a long video if I don't shut up. So let's get to making, because I think this is already probably going to be a long one. But yeah, I have all these stickers, so I thought I might use some honeys and stickers. So I'm going to keep those out, and maybe these, because those are part of the Reset Girl collection stuff I have. I think it's going to be a Reset Girl thing. That's what I think we're going to do. Okay, let me clear all this out, and I will start showing you how I made the collage paper things. Okay, so I'm not going to do the whole process here. You'll get the gist. But what I have on my desk are 2 sheets of the vintage magazine. This could be Eva used newspaper, and Margaret just used I think an atlas. Hers was travel kind of themed. Really cool. I have this, so I'm going to use this. So I'm going to choose one is going to be the base, and one is going to be ripped up. I also have I found I actually need kind of 2 pages. I should grab a second one, because what I ended up needing was 1 extra page to get all of these pockets done. So I did 2 collage pages, but I needed 3 pieces to rip from. These are my extra bits, so I don't have to rip a third one, but you'll know if you need more. This will make sense in a second. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue everything down onto this sheet. And yeah, I just can't use this because false teeth, I can't use that. It bugs me. So this one has some cool stuff in the advertisements. I liked the pages that had advertisements because I think it looks really cool. Like you can see here, they kind of overlap a little. Not my favorite thing, craft French dressing, but that's okay. And then this side has some really cute. Okay, so here's what I did. I folded this sheet in half, and then I tore strips. So I'm just gonna tear big strips. I tried to keep them kind of straight, but that didn't always work. And then I tried to have, the first page I didn't know any of these things, but the second page I tried to have some that were a little skinnier and some a little wider. So I cut the strips, and then I just tore them apart. So you're going to end up with a pile of these little strips, if this is the route you're going to do. If you just use like scrapbook paper or book pages, you're going to not have to worry about doing this step. But if you did use book pages, again, the reason why I'm doing this is because this alone is too thin. I need something. You could glue it down to just 6x6 sheets of paper. Like if you cut 6x6 paper, you could use that. But the thing I haven't made this yet, but I think I understand, is that you don't want this paper to be so thick that it becomes super bulky, because you're still going to be putting stuff in it. So for me, this worked out well. I could also use book page, music paper. Ooh. If you were doing a Christmas one, I kind of want to do a Christmas one. If you were doing a Christmas one, you could use like a music paper, like Christmas carols, or if you're doing a scripture writing one, you could maybe do pages out of a Bible, or reproductions. Like if you really can't rip a Bible apart, you could always use digitals. I'm sure you can find that. If I was to use digitals, I would be using the digitals printed on either copy paper or 32-pound paper, something a little thinner. What else could you use? Like I said, you could use book page. If you wanted to do something, I don't know. I just make an assumption that most of the people here watching this are into this grungy vintage vibe, but maybe you're not. Maybe you're like, no, I like the ideas. I don't necessarily like the style. I get that because I'm not always been into grungy, vintagey stuff. You can do it very simply with, you know, definitely more clean lined, modern papers. Like my brain is just, my wheels are turning because I have so many ideas in my head of what you could do with this. Okay, so here's how this is gonna work. I gotta get myself my magazine for gluing and a glue stick. So get some stuff out of the way. I got piles and piles. I really, really didn't anticipate doing this project today because it's my day off. My kids are at school, and I really have some other stuff I need to get done. But just crafting is so. It's like an addiction or something. I just love it so much. I think about it all the time, and I just want to be in here crafting. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'll just get this started, and then you guys will see the finished product. So I kind of went, when I had a piece that had a little bit of white space, I kind of went over the edges because it's going to get trimmed down. So here's my process. I just kind of look and think, okay, like this page here, the glue from the edge, I'm just going to trim that off. It's kind of like crusty. So I just look at it and go, okay, well, which side would I prefer? This is cute. It's got this little graphic, so I will use that. And then I'm just gluing it. Hopefully I'm in frame. Just gluing everything, and then I will, I'll go over here. So some of it overlaps, but not a ton. It doesn't need to. And I really want to kind of cover as much as I can with these strips without having to go and get more. So again, I'm just gonna glue this down. So I think you guys get the gist. So I'm gonna carry on gluing all this down, and then I'll show you the finished product once I'm done. Okay, I'm getting to the end, and I'm running out of my magazine pieces. So I've got, see, one big one, and then I have all these little bits here. So I'm trying to be strategic so I don't have to go and cut another one. If I can piece these in, I'm gonna try. This is kind of a weird one because there's nothing. I might do it like that. I don't want to have too much just kind of boring text. So I'm trying to see if I can get this done with what I have left, which I think I might be able to. So I'm just ripping little pieces, and not every single thing has to be covered. Ideally it would be, but it's not. Like right here I have some open space, so I can just come in and do something like that. So that I've got this, and I try to change the text so it's not two pieces are next to each other that you can like potentially read. So I flip them upside down, things like that. Oh, I think I might be able to make it. Now, I am going to end up with cutting this in half and then having two 6x6, not 6x6, 6 by 5.5. And I'm going to end up cutting off a portion. Actually, I'm going to do it on that end. So I can get away with, I know I'm already going to cut some of this off. So I can cut that down, and then this will go all the way up. because this is the end I want to keep because of this cute stuff down here. So then I can piece in a little bit more. And actually, I forgot, I have cut pieces from yesterday's that I already made. So it's gonna make these parts a little thicker though. Oh, I hate to do that. No, I'm not gonna worry about that. Let's see if I can figure this out. Ah, look what I found. I have another strip that I had cut. I don't know why. Oh, it's got a casket on it. Oh, that's why I didn't use this. Okay, well, I'm not using that side, I'll tell you that. I will use this side. So instead of, hopefully I'm in frame. Okay, I'm going to take all of these off again. Use that. These are my text. I just really don't want to rip apart a whole nother sheet. I'm going to do it like that. Okay, this will work. Which side do I want to do? Yeah, I'm going to do... I accidentally put glue on the wrong side of one of the strips, and so I had to let it dry so I could reuse it. But the other, because this is a ladies' home journal, the other side was about a feminine product, and I was like, you know, I don't really need to highlight that, especially since I don't know what I'm doing with this. While it is kind of funny, I just didn't feel like I needed to do that. Okay, so that's gonna go there. And then, do I do another piece up here? Yeah, let's just do that. I'm not using the casket side. So be a little mindful of what you're putting down. I also realized on one of my pockets there's the word divorce, like front and center on one of them. Like, oops. So that was a little weird. Daphne, I can see her name right here. Whoever Daphne was in a story, she had a lot going on. Okay, so then I wanted to use this one. Yeah. It is fun to look at these old advertisements. And if you really like this idea, but you just simply don't have an old magazine like this, I'm almost confident in saying you could find one on Etsy and find a digital. I'm almost certain of it. Ooh, look, okay, so I'm really not gonna have to go into my little texty bits there. So let's get this last one down. Uh-oh. Oh, really? Okay. Just do that there. Nope, I really didn't want to cover up the word mist. That's cute. Well, I'm gonna have to a little bit. Okay, so the next thing I do is I lift it up to the light and try to see where I have major gaps. There's a gap right here, but I think it'll end up in a fold, which might not be great. Okay, I'm gonna actually cover that, because if it ends up in a fold, it could be weakened and then rip. The paper could rip. So how about I just do another bit of text. All right. Ah, my glue page is full of glue, so I should probably have flipped it, but I did not. Okay, I want this to go this direction. There. Let's see, there's one more little spot here, but I think that one's gonna be okay. And if I need to, I can cover it up with something else. Okay, so now I'm gonna cut it up and make some pockets. Okay, it's not fully dry, but I'm impatient. So what I'm doing is I'm flipping it over, and then I'm just lining it up with my paper trimmer. You can do the same thing with scissors. You certainly don't need to do this with a paper trimmer. But for me, this just seems to work better. Actually, I'm gonna have to use the scissors because I won't be able to get the, I won't be able to get this side on this. So I'll use my scissors. Where are my scissors? Here we go. Okay, I have it cut. And I could just as easily have glued two sheets together and then cut this up, but I really like this collaged look. Okay, so now I'm going to cut these at 6 inches, and I want to start on this side because I want to make sure I capture all of this. So I'm going to measure out to 6 inches, and I'll do it again. And then because my magazine is not 6 inch or 12 inches wide, I'm going to end up having to make my pockets a little bit different. So I know that 5.5, actually what I could do is this, just to be very precise, cut it on that fold line. So that's what I'm going to do. Oh, I'm going to cut the little tomato right in half. Okay, there's that one, and then do the same thing on this one. Now, Eva and Margreth both use 6x6, so that's going to give you a true 3x3 pocket, but I am not using 6x6, so you can make it work. Okay, so now I have my sheets here, so let's see, make sure they're all the right way. Then you are going to fold them in half. You could score them, but I'm not gonna. Fold them in half one way, open it up, and fold it in half the other way. Now I have noticed that sometimes I have to re-glue something down, depending on where it ends up being. And then I want to make sure that they're tall. So there, so that I'm getting the 3 inches tall. Theoretically. And then it's just a matter of deciding which side is on the inside, which side is the outside. Once you have your paper folded, then you can do your notches. Now I'm just doing what Eva and Margreth did, and I'm doing 1 notch on the inside. But you could do both if you wanted to, but I'm just going to do it this way. So I'm just eyeballing it and putting a notch in. Oop, that one got a little deeper. So does not have to be perfect. So I'm going to finish doing that with all 4 of these. Okay, I wanted to jump back in and show you what I meant. This one here, it ripped a little here, and because of where the fold was, it wasn't glued all the way. So on those, I just take my glue, and I'm using Barely Art, and glue it back down. And then I try to make sure I fold it over when I do the gluing so that it actually has that fold kind of in place. It probably will get covered with a sticker or something anyway, so I think it will be fine, but that's kind of what you do when you get one of those. Okay. Okay, so I have all my pockets ready to go. These ones have already been inked, so I'm just going to show you real quick one thing you want to be mindful of when you're inking. Let me grab my ink out. I'm using tea dye, and I'm doing the Distress Oxide. So I'm going to be sealing mine up with glue. You could sew it, you could use washi, you could do whatever you want, but I'm going to be using glue. But before I do that, I just want to make sure I ink at least the part where the notches are. And since I'm already doing all that, I'm just going to go ahead and ink the whole thing. So that's how I've decided to approach this, is to just go ahead and ink the whole thing all the way around, every line, every crease. So making sure I fold it this way, and then do the inside fold and getting the bottoms and the sides. Okay, so I will carry on and do all my inking. Okay, last pocket. I'm almost done. And it's been really kind of fun to look at these and see how it all worked out, where the advertisements are and kind of what they say. And I don't know, I've just been enjoying this a lot and thinking about going to this antique store again today. Because I know I said in a recent video I want to go there and find some Christmas winter photos to use in a junk journal. And so I was thinking I should probably do that today, because I don't have, well, again, doesn't matter if my kids are home or not. My 13-year-old is happy to babysit. But I don't know, something I should get. What I really got to do is work on their advent calendar and get that stuff going, but you know, I might take a day off next week. I don't know. I have a lot of hours built up, so I can do that. Okay, pockets are done. So now I can glue them shut. And I'm just going to do that by running a little bit of glue along the side of the pockets. I'm not going to do the middle because that doesn't need to be done. And then on the bottom. So I will do that step. No, I won't. Okay, take back what I just said. Don't run it along the bottom. That's ridiculous. Just run it on the sides, okay? So again, learn by my mistakes. You don't need to glue the whole pocket shut. That would be, that would defeat the purpose, okay? So hopefully, maybe I should have let that dry. I didn't just make myself teeny tiny pockets. I think it'll be all right. As you glue these, I suspect, oh, I gotta go wash my hands. Ugh. You will find where you need to do a little extra gluing if your papers are coming apart. Okay, I'm gonna go wash my hands, then I'm gonna carry on gluing. Pockets are done. So now I should have 3, 6, 9, 12 pockets. Okay, math. All right, so those are ready to go. Now I have to do some decorating, which is gonna be super fun. So let's see here. What I wanna do, my desk is disgusting, is make some label stickers that can go on these, in addition to, where did I put the stuff I'm gonna use? Oh, in addition to some of this stuff. So probably gonna use eccentric. I don't know. I'm not very good at saying that word. Seriously, this stamp set, it's like all you ever need. So let's see, I've got some regular, these are not gonna be white, clearly. Oh good, a page that's already been used a little. Take that out, and then I have these, ooh, these are huge. Yeah, it says right here, 2.5 inch. They're really big. Okay, I'm not gonna use those. Those are too big. I don't wanna use those. I'll use these, and if I do something round, I will use my round punch. Yeah, that'll work. I have to imagine that getting labels like this is probably easy at thrift stores, so I'll have to keep my eye on that. Because I'm sure there's people that are like, okay, there's like 4 labels in here. What are we gonna do with that? Okay, what am I looking for? I'm looking for my stamp sheet. And I'm gonna, I'm not gonna need all of these. This is a lot. How many are on here? 30? Well, it's gonna drive me nuts that it's upside down. I'm just gonna go ahead and distress this, and I'm gonna use old paper and antique linen. I'm going to use brushes, if I can find them, and maybe a little stenciling, maybe, in the background. That might be cute. You know what else would be kind of fun? As if I did some, nope, that's too big. Not this one, but maybe this one. So my label video the other day, I made a bunch of labels, and I'm gonna keep this out. I was thinking that I could stamp some of this stuff, and then I could stamp this over it, potentially. That could be cool. Okay, let's get to this process first. So I'm just gonna take my brush and start doing this. Yeah, this will work. Okay, so I'm gonna do this with this old paper and antique linen on both of these sheets, and probably these scrappy bits. How much do I have here? Yeah, just so that I have something to work with, and then I'll start stamping. Stickers are done, and oh my gosh, my arm hurts. That's like a workout doing this repetitively. So yeah, I'm glad to be done with that. All right, so now I can do some stamping. So let's see what we're doing here. Just gonna start, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm not gonna really spend a whole lot of time thinking about what's going where. Obviously I gotta keep in mind like the really big things. It'd be weird if like there's like half of a 5. The 3 might work, maybe the top 5, half. So I don't know. Let's just start stamping. So we all know how this works. You put a stamp on, you get some ink, you do the things. So I'm not going to make you guys sit and watch. Maybe I'll do a little fast forward action. I am going to have to think through my colors. So actually, why don't I do this? Before I start stamping, let me take a peek at some of these bits here. See if I can find a few things that I know for sure I'm going to want to embellish with. None of that. I want to stick, oh boy, making a mess. Kind of stick to this vintagey vibe. Ooh, that's cute. That's kind of big and very white. I don't want any white paper. Okay, so not these. How am I going to address that with the stickers? I didn't think about that. I'll just have to figure it out. Okay, what's in here? This is kind of fall colors. Looks like some word fetty stuff. Yes, I'm not going to use that. I've got my honeys. Lots of those. Lots of those. You know, I think I'm just going to have to embrace the white because I don't think inking this is going to work because it's kind of a coated. So, all right, keeping that in mind, I'm going to use a little bit of Coral Reef Golden, maybe some Barn Door. Should I go pinks? Maybe I'll go more feminine. Maybe I'll go pinks. Wild honey. Oh, maybe I should keep them all out because clearly I think I'm going to go with a lot. Peony, bubblegum. What to do? What's going on here? What's this one? Ooh, salmon. Maybe that instead of coral reef. Yeah, I can't do that. And I can't do that. Just can't. I just can't. All right. Okay. I feel like this color scheme has been ongoing for a long time. I've been using the same colors. Let's bring in some bundled sage. And how about something bluish? I don't do a lot of blue, even though I have a lot of blue. Ocean? Don't I have salvaged patina? That might be in an oxide. Let me take a look. Okay, here are my, I do have it. Okay, salvaged patina, try that. Iced spruce. Didn't even realize I had that. Oh, worn lipstick. Oh, let's try that. That's actually an ink. That is old. Okay, well, let's see what happens with these. Okay, I've got a lot going on here, so let me get these out of the way. And then I probably want to still also have something brownish. Tea dye? Should I do that? And maybe I'll grab vintage photo. Okay, now that I have everything on my desk, let's do some stamping. Hopefully I'm in frame. Let's go with this guy. Okay, just pick one. Just pick something and start stamping. Okay, so let's see how this goes. I'm gonna do that. Oh, I don't have anything to clean my stamps with. Let's try this. I could have gone to the kitchen or even the nearest bathroom to get that wet, but that seemed like a lot of work. So, not doing that. You know what I should do is I should do at least 3 of whatever I stamp, and that way I can get this done faster. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna just start creating a little zone over here. Once I use it, I'm gonna put it off to the side, and then when I'm all done, I will go and put all my stamps away. All right. All right, all my stamping is done. And I'll tell you what, it was really fun, pretty relaxing, and it took me nearly an entire episode of Loki to do it. So, yeah, just get yourself some labels and start stamping. All right, so here's what I ended up with. It's colorful, which I decided I wanted to do some color, and I did a couple of the long strips and the round ones. I don't know if my circle punch will even work. I didn't even check. Oh, look at that. Sweet. So now I have these little stickers. Oh boy. Okay. I see a lot more of this in my future. Now, I had said, where are they? I had said that I might like to try stamping this then inside one of these. But no, I don't know. Well, I'm going to try it. What's the worst that can happen? I don't like it? Oh, well. I'm going to use black. Where is my Versa? Here it is. Oh, below me. Okay, I'm just going to try this on one just to see what it looks like, because this could be its own project. Let's see. How about I'm going to do it. I don't really love this one down here, so I'm going to do it right there. And one more. How about this one right here? Meh. I don't know. Maybe not that part. Yeah, maybe not that. Okay, well, we gave it a shot. All right, so I have quite the mess here. So, let's see. What time is it even? 12:30. Okay, I don't have to pick my kids up till 2. Clearly, I'm not doing much else today. It's, this took me a while. But, again, having a good time. All right, so let me clear all of this up, and then I will decorate a few pockets. So I have my pockets. I have all my stickers. I ended up doing on these big ones, the 5s. And I ended up offsetting some so they were kind of running across different labels, depending on what they were. I did try that worn lipstick. Is that what it's called? I tried worn lipstick and I tried salvage patina. This was an oxide, this was an ink. I didn't love either, so I only did those twice. And then I did the 3, but let's see. I did one that went over, so we'll see how that works out. Okay, so my thought is to... see. The inside of the pockets, when it opens up, I'm going to have these be the inside. This will be the outside. Okay, let's see. Well, let's just stick one on and see what it looks like. Oh, so fun. Okay, so I'm just going to... Oh, should I ink around them? I don't even know how to do that, so no, I'm not going to do that. And then it'll fold over. So we'll have that. Then let's do a honey. Oh, I see. These were gifted to me and they are misfit stickers, so they're not quite cut correctly. So this is the perfect project for them then. Okay, let's go through and let's see, what do we got? I think I'll use that. I'm definitely going to use honeys. I have some big ones that I could use up, and I'll end up cutting them in, bits and pieces. That sounded terrible. Let's see, I've got some of these. It's cute. yeah, I'm not going to overthink it. I'm just going to put stickers down. Ooh, this is cute. Maybe like that and go around. Yeah. Okay. Something up here. I think I gotta kind of categorize these as I go. So these are all my gumballs. Oh my gosh, I have a ton of these. All right. Well, okay. So I'll use those. Probably not gonna use those. Won't use that. That. Nope, 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 no. All right, I'm gonna sort through my stickers real quick here. Okay, I sorted out all of my stickers. Or did I? Yeah, I kind of mixed up my piles. Okay, so these are these gumball kind of stickers. These are other cute shapes and things. These are my leftovers from Camp Joyful 2020, and apparently it's a Joyful Life 1 and 2. So it's got some cute stuff on it. So I'll set those close by. And I have a bunch of honeys, random honey stickers. Some are big, some are little, so we'll see how that goes. I'm not going to worry about scale. And then this is a pack of, I think these were from a set called Adored, so I have those. A lot of stickers. Okay, washi. I also want to use washi, so where are my favorite washis? Let me grab a few. So I grabbed some washis. I have tons in all places, but I was just too lazy to go anywhere other than what's right next to me. So this is what I grabbed. So I have a whole bunch of washi. Okay, I'm going to put some washi down. A little bit of this, like that. Okay. Do a little check. That's cute. And let's see. This is cute. It says admit 1, 5 cents. Stick that there. Okay. Other side. I'm gonna do a bigger honey, and maybe I'll put something behind her. Let's see. What color do we got here? Maybe this one? Like that. And let's see what else. Maybe another bit of washi on the other side. Yes. Okay, so this is going to be an exercise in just going for it. That. And I guess I grabbed a lot of pink. Maybe I do have to go grab my other washies. This is a lot of pink. You know what? I love pink. Pink's one of my favorite colors, so I'm going to embrace it. And that one. Okay, so there's a pocket. So that's pretty much how it's going to go. Just super random stickers and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and keep decorating. I'll let the camera run for a little bit. So I'll probably fast forward with some music and then we'll see. This is going to be a long video, guys. Buckle up. Take a break. Get some tea. I don't know. I have a feeling this is a long one. all my pockets are decorated, so let's take a quick peek. I'll go through the fronts and then I'll flip them over and do the backs. So I just ended up going through, hopefully I'm in frame. I better double check. Oh yeah, plenty. Okay, so I went through and I just started putting down stickers and washi, and it was fun. It was a mess on my desk, but it was fun. Watched a little more Loki. So everything was great. Okay, so I realized I actually have more pockets than I need because I really only need 9. I don't know how I did that wrong, the math. Because if I'm going to have 3 rows, 3 signatures, if you will, I'm probably using that term wrong, then I don't need 12. So I have extras. I don't know, I'll figure it out. Okay, so here's the fronts, or the insides. Let me flip them all over so you can take a look at the back. Okay, so here are the back of all of them, and I really, really like this. I tried to make sure I added one of my labels to each one, but I can't say that I did that perfectly. Yeah, I forgot to, no, I have one on there. Okay, so I tried to create like a recipe and then it just went all crazy. But I love it. I really love these. I'm excited to see this whole thing come together. It's taking me a lot longer than I thought it would, but I am enjoying this. So on to the next step. So now that I have all my pockets done, it's time to start working on the cover. And as I said, when I had them all lined up in front of me, I realized my math was off. So I really only need 9. Yeah, so I still have to go through and pick 9. I'm not going to do that right now. I don't know what I'll do with the other ones. But I do need to decide what my cover is going to be made out of. I think I'm going to try this harder, thicker card. So it's a real sturdy cover. So I'm going to set the craft paper aside. And now with how I've decorated these pages, I'm definitely feeling this pink. Yeah, I think I didn't put these away yet, but that would work too. That is very pretty. And then I could put a honey on the front. But I do like that also. Let me think for a second.
A few moments later.
Okay, I think I've thought about it long enough, and my thought is that this is going to get cut in a weird way because of the way it is. So this is, yeah, because the front of the cover is going to be about 3.5 inches. So this side won't work, at least not the way I want it to. This side certainly will. But I'd really like to pull that color. I love that color, that corally kind of peachy orangey color. This is not it. This is a little bit closer. I'm waffling. Ugh, I hate this. I think it's gonna be, yeah, I think it's gonna be this, and I think I'm gonna grab a piece of magazine and cover the inside with more magazine. That, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I gotta grab another sheet of magazine and put the rest of this away. Okay, so I grabbed a few pieces of the magazine, and I don't know why I grabbed this one. I saw this woman and I was like, oh, that's cute, and then I read it, and yeah, no, I'm not gonna use that on the inside of my journal. If I was giving this to my best friend as a joke, this would be 100% inside, but not happening. Okay, let's see. Because I really kind of want to use one of the pieces that has an advertisement. Okay, I really need to find a not ladies' home journal. This one's about hosiery. Okay, that would work. And this one is about lipstick. Okay, there we go. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to end up cutting up 2 pieces here, I think, because I want each side to have kind of an advertisement on the inside. Pockets. Okay. I'll come back to this. This is actually pretty thick paper, so this is going to be a thick cover. Thinking that through, maybe I should use... Nope, I'm going to stick to my plan. Okay, get that out of the way. Let's work on the cover. I need my scoreboard, so I'm going to use my scoreboard for this. And where is my bone folder? Oh, there it is. Okay. I actually need to cut this down first. I really need to be thinking straight here. So I want this to be, I'm going to do 8 by 10. So I need to cut this down. Sorry, this is super loud, I bet. Okay, so I want it to be 10 inches tall. Because my pockets are 3 inches, so that's going to give me some space in between. And also, it's what Margaret did, so. And then 8 inches. Is that right? I'm not doubting her. I'm just trying to decide. Well, I'm really taking off 1/2 inch. Yeah. I'm sure this will make sense. Because you're going to have a spine, and then you're going to have... Well, I have lots and lots of this. So if this doesn't work out, I will do another piece. I got... Oh, goodness gracious. Sorry, that was super loud. I tried to not be so loud, but let's be a little more delicate. All right. So I need to go and score at 3.5. I'm really not sure how this... Oh, boogers. This is going to work. Wow, this stuff is, no joke, thick. Am I even on 3.5? No, that's 3.25. Goodness gracious. Okay. Ah! Nope. Chucking it. I'm gonna use the craft paper. That stuff is just way too thick. Meh! Alright, let's try this again. I got nowhere to put stuff except for on the floor. Banging around. Okay, 10 inches. Start over. By... okay, so if I'm going to go 3.5, 3.5, that's 7 inches. That'll give me 3... That doesn't seem right. No. Yeah, that'll give me an inch. Okay, I see where we're going here. So this is 8. Math is not my strong suit. And engineering things, definitely not my thing. So, I have to trust the process. Let's try this again. So 3.5. That's much easier. And then I like Margaret's trick because that is also what I do. And I turn it and I go 3.5. Okay. Uh-oh. Am I incapable of doing a straight line? Why does that look... All right. No, that's right. Okay, I don't know. My eyeballs apparently are crooked. Okay, then you have to go 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch. Okay, I can do this. 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch. So that's where the pockets are going to get sewn in, and the outer fold's going to be the cover. Okay, I'm seeing it now. All right, I'm going to darken these so I can see what's going on here. I'm going to need to poke holes eventually. And I know I won't be able to see that. It'll get covered. Okay. So let's just fold this. Keep putting the bone folder thingy away. I need you. Come back. I have two, but I've lost the other one. I have a white one. It's hiding somewhere. I don't know. I don't know where it is. Okay. Alright. Oh, this is going to be so cute. Look at this cute little thing. And then, where are the pockets? And the pockets will just be... Oh, yeah. That's plenty of room. Wait. I forgot my pockets aren't as wide. They're not 3 inches wide. They are only 2 3/4. So I actually could trim a little more off. Or, okay, so there's going to be a pocket there, a pocket there, and a pocket there. And there'll be, I could trim this down a little bit, but I don't know if I want to. And it'll be too skinny and weird. Okay. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. So make your pockets with 6 by 6 if you can, because it'll make this whole lot easier. But for now, this is what I'm working with. Okay, so this should be 3.5, which it is. And I know that's 10. Okay, so now I gotta cut down this paper. Where's my paper trimmer? Something just fell off my desk. What was it? Oh, well, I have no idea. Hopefully it wasn't something I needed. Okay, so I just gotta cut the branding strip off. And then I need 10 inches. This needs to be 10 inches tall. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this down so that I can use the big scrap, save a big scrap. Oh, perfect. All right, so this goes in my scrap bin. Then these need to get cut down to, oh, I hate this paper trimmer. There is no 3.5. And I grabbed my other one because that'll drive me bonkers. Okay, I've grabbed my other paper trimmer and yeah. Like, is this 10 inches? It is. Okay. 3.5. So if it seems like I'm speed crafting all of a sudden, like I'm talking really fast, it's because I have to go pick up my kids I have to leave the house in 8 minutes, and I just want to get this part done before I have to leave. Okay, so this is going to be the outside. Let's just see what this panel would look like. I should have thought of that. Ooh, I like this. Okay. Scraps. So this one and this one. I'm going to save that. Guess I didn't need to cut it all. So much for my advice on not cutting it all so I have scrap. That didn't really work, did it? Okay. Now, let's cut this down. I'm going to attempt to do this with my paper trimmer. Hope for the best. So I'm going to trim this off. Actually, I'm going to trim her head a little. So that, now I have to get my other paper trimmer. Hold on. So the reason I'm getting my other one is because this only goes up to whatever this is. And I've been using both these paper trimmers for like probably nearly 20 years. So no, I'm not going to buy another paper trimmer that could do all these functions. I am totally fine with I kind of like that max factor. Thinking and cutting not working. I'm totally fine with it needing to. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get out of my brain. Okay, so then I need to cut this at 10. I'm trying to keep that max factor Hollywood at the bottom. I think that's kind of cool. And she doesn't need all these curls at the top. All right. Then I'm going to have to go to 3.5. So I'm going to cut this down. I'll just do it right there. And before I switch out, just go ahead and get this other one done too. All right, same thing. I'm gonna cut this down to 10 inches, and then I'll get my other paper trimmer to do 3.5. 10. It's not exactly squared up, but it'll be fine. Okay. Now switch it out. Okay, so again, I want to take a little of this off, and I'm going to 3.5. I might cut a smidge off, oops, once I get to gluing it down. 3.5. Okay, that'll be saved. And oh, I could do the silver again. 3.5, which is right here. Wait, what's going on here? This is not exactly straight. It'll all work out. There we go. What's on the other side of this? Oh yeah, whatever that is. Dudes. Dudes are on the other side. I don't want to use that. Okay. As I was just putting my paper trimmers away, I saw my sewing machine and thought, ooh, I could sew some stuff. Oh, I could do that. I could sew the pockets in. I have a bad feeling I would rip something. No, that wouldn't work because you'd only really be able to get one in, because then the other ones would be in the way. Kind of. No, that would work. You could probably sew this in. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it the way I saw in the tutorial. Okay, so this, let's see. This will go here. Oh, I wish they were on, that's going to bug me. I wish they had been on opposite sides of the page so that she was on this side, she's on that side. That would just make my brain happier. But that is not the case unless unless I do that. That makes me happier. Okay, so I want the lipstick and the silverware. Because I'm not, yeah, I won't be heartbroken to say goodbye to that. Okay, so that'll be the inside of the book. I wonder if I have to cover it with something to protect it. I don't know. And then, let's see, I want this to be the front, this to be the back. Okay, then I will put some, ooh, is it going to be wide enough? That linen tape, where is it? I don't think it's going to be wide enough. Oh, it's not. I need a wider tape. Do I have anything wider? I have this one. It's a faith-based one. It talks about God, which is not bad, but I really don't want that on there. I have to do a little thinking about that. Well, I'm not to that part for a while. This is what I need to do. So I'm going to get this glued down to the front. So it'll look like that. Cute, huh? And then I'll glue the magazine parts on the inside. My cover is mostly done, ready to go. So I've covered the inside with the advertisements, magazine. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. And then I did the outside with this pattern paper. I really, really like it. I think it's really pretty. And then some washi will go over it. I'm still not entirely sure how that's going to work. I might have to do 2 strips because I don't have anything quite wide enough, which is a bummer, but I'll make it work. What I've done in the meantime is I have punched the holes in my pockets. So I'll show you how I did that. Let's see. Let's talk about that real quick. So I have the pockets. I made myself a template, and that way I could just line it up and poke the holes. But honestly, I didn't even need this thing because I'm using a vintage magazine that's somewhat brittle, so I was able to just poke right through. But having a template made it a lot simpler for me. So I've done that with all of my pockets. I also measured off my, let me get this out of the way. Actually, I used my template. I found the middle, which is here, and then I went ahead and I measured off my pocket. I did the same from the top and the bottom, so each one is 1/4 of an inch from the bottom and 1/4 of an inch from the top. And then I was able to just go ahead and mark all of my holes and get those punched. So this line, these two lines represent a pocket, a pocket, a pocket. Okay, so I've got all that done. I went through and picked out my pockets. These are the ones I'm not putting in this book. I have that one, and that one. And then the backs are these, which this one I really kind of was struggling with because it is really cute, but there were other ones I liked better. What I didn't like about this is how I just put this lady just kind of hanging out. Although I could fix it. Let me see. I could fix it with a smidge. No, I don't like that color. I mean, I like that color just fine, but I want to use this one. I could fix my floaty lady by just adding a little bit of washi. Oh, that's really pretty. Okay, now I don't know what to do. Especially because remember I said that kind of reminded me of Margaret. So, well, I'll show you how I punched my holes because now I'm going to punch this one. So, through there. And then, ow! Don't do that. Don't poke yourself. Goodness gracious. Okay, so if I use this one, I gotta take one of these out. So I'll figure out which one to take out. Oh, I like that one. 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 Maybe that one. I like that one. I love that one. And I really like that one. Okay, I'll just take that one out. So then these 3 pockets will be used for something else. Maybe I'll make a really cute little tiny skinny thing with 3 little pockets and a journal and give that to somebody in Happy Mail. So there we go. Okay, got my pockets, got this. So next I have to cover this, which I guess I should figure out. It's gonna have to match this. So I do have this. Oh, it's not wide enough. This is a big fat bummer. Do I have anything else wide? Let me look. So I grabbed this bin of washi because I know there is some stuff with some advertisements. So that could work. It's a flag. That's that really weird one. This is weird. Nope, that's too weird. Not using that. I also have this. That could be cool. But then I found this. I forgot I had this. So let's see what's on here. Okay, it's not the green one. Get rid of that one. I can move these aside. Let's see what this looks like. It's not in English. So it's too brown. I don't like that. No, that ain't it. Okay. So, I mean, that would work on the inside, but ugh. Nah. I do have this, which if I found the right cycle loop, no, no, I don't like that either. Okay. Starting to think it's gonna have to be this one, which I've not even opened yet. I love that Illustrated Faith is starting to do wide washies. I noticed they didn't do one for Christmas though. I was kind of bummed. I was hoping for something really cool. I love their washi tapes. I always buy them. Okay, let's see. This one. Where's the seam? Here it is. It's a lot of blue. but that might work. Let's see. It's kind of like a artist's mark making. Oh, this is so cool. This works just like that. It's kind of wide. I mean, it's really wide, but I think I'm gonna do it. Okay, let me cut some of this off. Okay, so this is, what am I doing here? I'll flip it over for a second. So it'll go like that. Oh yeah, that'll work. Okay. All right, I'm gonna move this out of frame because I want to move it to the edge of my desk so I at least have a straight line to work with. So forgive me for you not being able to see what I'm doing right now. But trust me, it'll all work out in the end. Maybe. Okay, this is not easy to do. Just gonna wing it. Hope that worked out. Okay, here's what I ended up with. Oh, I guess I could have done that. No, this is fine. Okay, so that's how it's gonna look. I'll fold that over in a second, but oh yeah, look at how pretty that is. Oh yeah. But now I need to poke the holes back through, and then this is not the best tool for this. All right, let's try to not poke my finger. Okay, so I've poked all the holes. So now I'm going to put the inside layer on and then poke holes again. So I'm going to fold this up. It's going to go over those holes. So I'm going to just pop through those one more time to see. Yes, this will work perfectly. Okay, now I need to do another strip. This should go easier because I can just line it up. So I need to, let's go, kind of want to go edge to edge. Oh, my nose is super itchy. Okay, let's take this off. No, 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 no. Oh, don't do that. Oh, that's a bummer. Not gonna worry about it right now. Okay. So I'm lining it up and I'm not making a mistake because clearly there's no moving this. Line it up there. Oh, it is so... I could have gone over it with some matte medium to protect it, which now I feel like I kind of have to. What a bummer. Okay, what am I doing here? I am going to trim this off and hope for the best. Oh, that is so disappointing. Oh well. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I have to say it's fine because otherwise I'll cry. Meh. Okay. Well, let's make sure that's good and down. Which it's not. Might have to put some glue on there. Is it going to keep coming off? Yes, it is. Glue. All right. Let's see if Barely Art can contain it. Probably squeak out there. Why? Okay, I would probably use fabric tape if you have it. If you can, I could have done is just gotten a piece of fabric, cut it down, and glued it all on. So there's many ways to do this is, I guess, what I'm trying to say. Many ways. All right. Now, Pokey, pokey. Here we go again. Gotta poke through one more time. All right, almost ready to sew my pockets in. But before I do that, I was playing around with the front and I grabbed these tags that I just made, labels, and I was thinking, oh, that would be really cool to have one of those on front. So I kind of played around with the big one. I really like that one. And then I thought, what if I made one using the magazine, which now I realize might not be the best idea because based on what just happened with the washi tape, I might want to, well, I'm trying to think through this process. I was thinking put some matte medium on it, which I definitely can. And I have more magazine. So if this doesn't work, I can always fix it. I was just going to go straight on there, but now I think I should back it and then get some collage medium or matte medium or whatever it's called out. Okay, but before I do that, I've got some stickers and oh, these are kind of big. I thought, what am I doing here? That I could decorate the front. So I pulled out, well, I have some little honeys, maybe? Let's find one that I like. Oh, I like these ones. And, okay. So what if I decorate this with, do I want to use washi? Do I? Yes, I do. Let's go with, I feel like I need to have the cover to see this properly. It's pink and black. Where is, I really like, nope, not that one. I do like this. No, that's confusing. And I already have washi. So, okay, no. No. How about just some stickers? Okay, how about, let me look through the pockets real quick. What was some of my favorite looks? I really like that one. I like them all. They're all cute. I like that. That was a cute one. Oh, that was cute too. Oh, I really kind of like that. I'm gonna do, okay, I lied. I'm doing washi. I'm gonna do the butterflies because I think they're cute. So I will put a butterfly. I'll go with 2 of them. We'll do these 2. Like that. Ooh. I don't want to cover up the label part. Man, I cannot win. All right, that worked. Got it stuck to me. Get off. Okay. All right. And then her. Or what else I got here? Really like the floral on that one, but Oh, I like this one too. I'm gonna do that one. This will work. Well, I really didn't want to cover that up. It's okay. I'm gonna do her there. And then let's go with a little one. Do I have any that I like? This little 10-cent, that's kind of fun. Oh, that's a little thicker too. There. And then maybe one of these, the black and white one. This greenish colored one. No, that doesn't work because there's already that pattern on there. How about the black and white one? Polka dot. Why can't I get my fingers to work? Come on. Oh, that's cute. Okay, and then there's like little dots. I need the dots. Where are the dots? There we go. Then there's kind of an open space here, but that's okay. I'm gonna have to leave it because if I fill every space, that'll just be weird. Okay, I feel like this needs to be on something to give it a little bit more. Is this wide enough? Oh, just barely. Okay. I know it's going down on the cardstock, but until I get it down, I think I just want to have it on something else. So it's got a little bit more, yeah, it's raised up a little bit. Okay. Let's go with this. That ought to be enough. I probably should have done it more that way so I could conserve some of this paper. But I did not do it that way. Is this enough glue? Yeah. Oh, now I have a mess. There we go. Okay, that's down. I'm just gonna trim it off, let it dry. Get my scraps out of the way. I got a lot going on my desk here. It's kind of a mess. Okay, so that's gonna do its thing, and then I really need to think if I'm gonna cover this whole thing, at least the inside, with a matte medium of some sort. I think I kind of have to. I'm gonna grab some real quick. Okay, I pulled out some freezer paper, which I just don't want to tape it down, so I'm gonna find things around my desk that will hold it down in place. Scissors, sure. This should not take long. All right, and I'm going to try applying it with my, whatever that thing is called, because I don't want any brush strokes. All right, let's see what happens here. And I shouldn't really need to do it on the washi. Should kind of just come right off. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here. We're just trying it and seeing what happens. I can't tell if it's actually even really getting applied. I guess it is. I might have to do the front too. Let's see here. Unless I wipe it off. Oop, nope, pretty sure I'll have to do the front as well. Just don't think I have to worry about the washi tape. Well, so much for my streaks. Non-streaks, because you can still see them. Does it matter? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, let's do the other side. Might have been too much. This is probably not a necessary step, but because I'm using vintage magazine, I think it's not a bad thing to do, but I also have no idea what I'm doing. So I could be using completely wrong product for this. I don't really know. It seems like this is the right thing to do, but I don't know. Okay, I'm trying to lift it up and look in the light to see where I have any excess. It's kind of, I feel like it's kind of warping the paper. What's going on with the other side? I don't know. I have no idea if this is the right thing to do or not. But maybe I should let it dry and see what happens. Sure. Can I put this back in there? I don't know. I don't know if I should. I'm gonna. I don't know anything about this product. Okay, the other side seems to be dry, so I'm going to put some on this side and see what happens. What's the worst that could happen? I completely ruin this project and have to start over? Sure. I can think of worse things that could happen. You know, I'm going to try a brush just to see the difference. Let's see. I know I have one in here. Here it is. Maybe that's the way to go. Yeah, maybe that is the way to go. I just like the idea of not seeing the brush strokes, but I don't know, maybe that's not avoidable. Okay, well, I guess I'll go over the washi. Why not? And I'll do the other side. Okay, I'm gonna try. Oh gosh. Oh, seriously, it wasn't dry. It made it worse. It wasn't dry. Now neither side's dry and I'm just making a mess. Okay. let's have it stand up. I'm gonna go wash off my brush and I don't know what I'm doing. Well, that was an adventure. It's probably not fully dry. It feels kind of like bendy, but I think I'm ready to go here. And my holes still seem to be holes, so that's good. I wasn't sure if that medium would fill them. Maybe it did a little, but I think I'm all right. Okay. I also went over this. So just gotta trim this out now, which should be, oh, I can see that I didn't quite get all the way. Oh, well, whatever. Just want to get this project done now. It's taken me the better part of the day. Here's what I thought it was gonna be, just a quick, fun little project. It's taking me a lot longer, but that's all right. Where is my thing, my jobber? I did find when I was cutting all these out yesterday that this tool worked best, even though I have like a ticket punch kind of corner thingy there. Oh, that looks great. I love it. Okay. Glad that I did that. So that's gonna go on here. Cute. I'm not gonna do that yet. And I'm gonna use, I think I'm gonna use double stick tape. Like the good stuff. Okay, I am going to sew. Oh, this is going to be risky. I have no idea what I'm doing. I grabbed out 3 different colors because I wasn't sure which color I wanted to use. This will probably blend in, or this will blend in most, best. This will definitely stand out. So I just have to decide what I want to do. Do I want it to stand out or do I want it to blend in? I like that color. I'm going to go with this one. Okay, so I think I'm going to need a lot. And you know what? If I run out, I'll use one of the other colors. So I always do this wrong. Every time I use this stuff, I pull the wrong end. I can never figure it out. Okay, so basically what I think I need to do after I untangle this mess, where's the end? Here it is. Well, this is not going to go well. Seriously? What's happening here? Okay, well, I'll figure it out. Once I get an end untangled, I am going to go with 2 times, 2.5, maybe 3, times the length of this. And I'm going to have to do that 3 times. So 1, 2, I'm just going to go 3 because I don't want to risk it. So I need 3 of these. Okay, I have 3 strings This is embroidery floss. Oof. And I hope this works. Okay, so I've got a needle. I have no idea where I got this from. In one of these threader majobbers. And there we go. Okay, come on. Come on. Go through there. Gee whiz. That's why I don't sew by hand. That's why the machine does it, and just barely. Okay. I gotta pick which pockets are my front pockets. So let's see here. No. Ooh, that's a good one. Oh, that's a good one. I like that one. No. I kind of want them to have some sort of thought process here. That's cute. Okay, what I'm doing is just setting them all out so I can, covered in stuff, see 3 at a glance. Okay, so you're going in the middle. And let's see. These 3 will go together, and then these 3. Okay, so this is going to be my first one, second one, last one. Yeah. Look, it's a little backwards, but that's how it's going to go. Okay, so I'm going to work my way up this way. Hopefully this will make some sense as I go. All right, back to this. And first pocket. This is going to be the bottom. So I think I want to go through here. Oops. And through the hole here. Okay. And then pull it through. And I want to leave some at the bottom because I'm going to tie that off. And I got to go back through here. Okay. And through this pocket. This is so far outside of my comfort zone. I don't sew things and bind things. Okay, so there's the first one, and then this one should be next. So it goes through here. Even if I wasn't recording this, which I hope I hit record. Wait, look. Whew, that would have been tragic. Even if I wasn't recording this, I'd still be talking to myself, saying, okay, through here, down here. Come on. Okay, that goes like that. Am I going to have enough to go back and forth? I'm going to have to pull this before I get to the end and go, I don't have enough. How about I pull it now? Okay. Then back through here. The collage medium made this thing feel weird. I don't like that feeling. It's not quite sticky. It's tacky, kind of. Okay, is that taut? All right. After I get this third one in, I go back down, and then I will do the rest off camera because you guys don't need to see that. I think you'll get the point, and then I'll come back when I'm done with the last one, I guess. So bear with me as I stumble my way through this. But hey, if I can do this, you can do this. So if nothing else, this should encourage you to try a project that you wouldn't know or otherwise try. Hopefully I'm not getting my head in the shot because I'm kind of trying to look over what I'm doing. Oh, somehow I lost some of my tail. Okay, so cute. Wait, why does that not look straight? You know what? Don't care. Okay, then I'm gonna go back down and through this hole, I guess. Wait, what am I doing here? Shouldn't that theoretically go right? Oh yeah, okay. down and through. Oh, cute. All right, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. And then this should go through here. And maybe through, oh, yep, got it. Okay. We'll pull that up. Down through here. The other thing is I'm trying to do this flat on my desk so you guys can see. And when oh, I'm a little loose there. What happened? This is loose. How do I fix that? Go this way? Yeah. When I'm doing it, the rest of them, I won't obviously have to do that. Let's see. This goes tight. I don't think I want to tighten them too much because then it could rip the paper, is my thought. Oh, that one went through easily. Okay, so now I'm through and I'm at the bottom. So oh, I had plenty. Okay. Now, I just tie. Is that a hole? Wait, I'm confused. What am I looking at? No. Okay. We'll get there. We'll get there. All right. Then you just tie a knot and it'll be all cute and pretty. I think that's what you do. So then you'll see the... This is super hard to do. Okay. You'll end up seeing a little bit of the tails, which I think is fine. Now, if I was doing that idea where I had said tie things, to make a little journal, you would, I guess, you would just tie the journal in the same way. Did I do that right? Should it look like that? Yeah, it should, I think. Well, that's the way it's going to look in my book, and I am fine with it. Okay, so I'm going to trim this down. I'll set that aside. All right. So it'll look like, wait, what's going on here? So the pockets, well, I think they're going to want to naturally flop open when you open up the book, probably. So maybe I should have made those the last ones because they're the cute ones that I like the most, and you really won't see them because they'll flop open. I didn't think about that. It don't matter. Okay, I'm gonna carry on, and when I come back, I should have a completed thing. Okay, one book completed. Well, not entirely. I still have to put this on, but I will. So it's all bound. Actually went by pretty quickly. So I have all of these cute little pockets. This probably needs to dry a little longer. And it's really cute how it opens up. And you can see, I do wish I had thought about the fact that well, how would I have known? Here's what I will tell you. If you like the front of the first three pockets, put them in the back. Or maybe that doesn't even matter because they kind of open up and you see the inside. So maybe you don't have to spend as much energy decorating those ones. I don't really know. I mean, they are cute. I really, really like it. Okay, so what goes in it? Let me see. Okay, so I just grabbed a bunch of just bits and pieces. So you certainly could fill it up with ephemera. And put little tags in there. I can stick little bits of ephemera. Like I said, you could make this into some sort of journal challenge or prompt or something. So you could load each pocket up with a few little bits, and then you challenge yourself to work with only what's in there for a prompt. So let's say you got to this day. You could number them. You could do something cute like that, especially if this was a Christmas one or an Advent. You could number all your numbers, and then you could just pull out your little bits, and then you have to make a little thing like that. Actually, let me show you something. You know how I love to just show stuff and go off on a little rabbit trails. So let me show you something real quick. If you have been following me for a while, you might have seen this already, or parts of it. This is my Advent thing. I don't know what to call it. This is last year's Advent. So I do love Illustrated Faith's Advent kits. The last couple of years, they've included like little envelopes, little pockets, and then you kind of make something with it. So this, I'll pull out just day one. This was last year's. It came in this little acetate box, and I gotta find somewhere to put it. What you received was an envelope. Inside the envelope for each day was a card, or is a card, with some scripture and some devotion pieces. And then you also received some little bits of ephemera. So, for example, it would have been probably this piece, maybe that little piece there. I don't remember because I just don't remember what came in everyone. But the point was that every envelope had some little stuff. So what I decided to do was to create little cards. So my envelope, I bet these things were in there. Some of these things, I don't know. I wouldn't decorate the envelope. I actually used the things to decorate the cards, but this is the first one and you can see it. So that one's decorated. And then tucked in behind it are just some little cards that I decorated and wrote some scripture on, or a prayer or something like that, and then numbered them. So, come back. So this is the whole entire 24 days. It should end on 24, right? 25. I guess it ends on the birth of Christ. So yeah, this was a cute, fun little project. Actually, I really loved this project. And I love having it out. So this sits on top of my bookcase. So for this, you could do essentially the same thing. You could make yourself if you made this a little bit wider, a little bit bigger, you could add another section. So you could get the 12 pockets, which would give you 24 pockets. So right now I should have 18. 2, 4, wait, where are my pockets here? 2, 4, 6, yep. 6 times 3 is 18. So there you go. So it's 18. So if you added another row, you'd have 24. So, and then you could always add a pocket in the back here. Uh-oh, Mayday. Look at what happened. I can see that using, oh, it's not that big of a deal. Book page could be tricky. Maybe you got a Mod Podge 'em. I don't know. I don't really know. This was more of an exercise in just, can I make this? How will it look? As I was saying, oh, these little flippy floppies. It's a little bit much for me. Stop it. You could put a pocket. Your 25th day could go in there. You could put a pocket and a prompt list could go in there, and then you fill each pocket every month. Maybe you have to modify this to make it either taller or wider to get more in there, so you could have 30, 31. You could have a pocket that you would, if you love junk journaling, or not junk journaling, but journaling, you could have a prompt a day. The sky's the limit, really, with something like this. It doesn't just have to be a cute little holder. It can be so much more. Could have a little, like I said, a little journal, or you could make a pocket in the front and tuck a little journal in there, potentially. Really, truly, you could do anything. Okay, so this is the last thing I need to do. I was thinking of using double-sided adhesive tape, whatever, but I'm just gonna try glue because this stuff is pretty awesome. It should, especially if I put a lot on. Bloop. It should hold it in place. I should have done this before. Okay, I'm gonna put it right here. I'm running out of light, per usual. Probably already said that. This just really bugs me. Okay, that there. And I love this so much. It's so pretty. I am so glad I made this today. This was not what I thought I would be doing today. I thought I'd be working on Gratitude Documented or actually running errands like I should have. I didn't even eat lunch today. So there you go. Okay, I could put a closure on it. I can leave it the way it is. It's super pretty and I love it. So I'm not going to fill the pockets right now because I have no idea what I'm doing with this. It was just fun to make and it's pretty and I love it. And that's that. So that's done. Now, one final thought. a couple final thoughts, because you know I love to talk. With my last 3, like I said, I could make just a single version with these cute little pockets, and I could make a just kind of more of like a folder where it's more skinny, not skinny but thinner. These could go down. Because of the size of these pockets and because of the space here, I could put another thing that would then give me like some sort of closure. Actually, that wouldn't work on this because it bends. So take that back. But it would work for a single, because if you had a single, theoretically, you could have something that would like close over them. I'm again thinking out loud here. I think that would work. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, then you could bind these into just a little piece of paper. So in case you're a visual person, imagine it this way. That pocket, that pocket, that pocket. Get those centered like that. There you go. You open it up and you have your little pockets, and it's Happy Mail. You can send it off to a friend or do whatever. I don't know what I'm going to do with mine, but we've come to the end, a completed project. So again, here are my notes. Here were my ideas. I can make any additional notes that I need to on measurements or, you know, to-dos, advice to myself, what I did. I could write that on the inside, and then saving this for a future use will be super helpful. So I actually could do this in, let's see, a long time ago, I started a notebook with sketches for scrapbooking, and I didn't get very far, clearly, but this would be something that would go great in there. So there you go. Hopefully I've given you some ideas, trying to put things away, giving you some inspiration, giving you some courage to try a project. Why not? So thanks again, friends, for hanging out, and I will see you next time. Bye.